RHOB's Kyle Richards bled for show amid sister drama. Has RHOB star Kyle Richards bled for the show, especially between her broken marriage and sister drama. She is currently dealing with her sister, Kim Richards' relapse and 5150 psychiatric hold. At the same time, she has had to watch her estranged husband, Mauricio Umansky, move on with a new woman. Yet she has kept on filming. Does that make her the most dedicated cast member, or is she just doing her job? Keep reading for more details. Kyle Richards bled for RHOBH. When RHOBH began 14 years ago, Kyle Richards was an OG cast member alongside her older sister, Kim Richards. They had their issues, especially with Kim's history of alcohol abuse. Kyle enjoyed being a mother and an occasional actress, plus she doted on her husband, Mauricio Umansky. As the seasons went on, Kyle supported Mauricio's decision to leave the family real estate business and branch out on his own. This caused issues between Kyle and her older sister, Kathy Hilton, but she was loyal to her husband. Then the couple combated cheating rumors as Kim's sobriety continued to weigh heavy until season 7. Kyle's friendship with Lisa Vanderpump blew up in season 10, so her focus has continued to be on work, her kids, and her marriage. Then Kyle embarked on a sobriety and fitness journey and befriended country singer Morgan Wade, which sparked romance rumors. In season 13, Kyle and Mauricio called it quits, and she was unsure if she would return for season 14. She did and was honored with Us Weekly's Reality TV Star of the Year. At the event, Kyle Richards posed alongside close friend and RHOBH alum, Teddy Mellencamp. Teddy shared a glam snap of the two on Instagram with a caption. Kyle is now the longest-lasting cast member of the show. However, some fans felt she was being slightly evasive in season 13 when it came to her marriage and Morgan Wade, standing strong amid sisterly drama. Though Kyle Richards was unsure if she would return for season 14, she was allegedly given an ultimatum. She would have to be transparent about everything in her life or leave. Clearly, she gave in because she is back. Yet, as filming has come to an end, her sister, Kim Richards, was placed on a psych hold after a relapse. Kyle wishes that she could have dealt with her sisterly drama privately. She has had fights with both Kim and Kathy Hilton on camera, and now this happened. However, Kyle has acknowledged that she cannot expect to live a hidden life. So has she bled for the show? Fans weighed in. Bled? She does it by choice and gets paid. Then they proceeded to tell the ladies how amazing they looked. So all in all, it was a successful night, and it will be interesting to see what Kyle brings to the table for season 14. Kyle Richards had always known that reality television wasn't for the faint of heart, but nothing could have prepared her for the years of emotional battles, public scrutiny, and most painfully, the unraveling of her family dynamics that played out on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. From the very first season, Kyle had been at the epicenter of the drama. As the middle Richards sister, she often found herself in the exhausting role of peacemaker, the bridge between Kim and Kathy, trying to mend relationships that seemed destined for collapse. Yet in doing so, she found herself bleeding, metaphorically and emotionally, for a show that demanded every raw nerve, every ounce of vulnerability she had to give. The cameras captured it all, her fights with Kim, the painful accusations, the whispers of addiction, the tears shed behind designer sunglasses. She remembered the infamous season 1 limo fight like it was yesterday, a moment that cemented RHOBH as a cultural phenomenon and her as a key player in one of reality TV's most compelling sagas. "You stole my house," Kim had slurred, hurling words like daggers, reopening wounds that had barely scabbed over. Kyle had tried to hold it together, but the weight of their shared past, their unspoken traumas, was too much to bear. That night, she had cried herself to sleep, knowing there was no turning back. Still, she stayed. Year after year, season after season, she showed up, knowing that every confession, every fight, and every painful family moment would be dissected by millions. It was the cost of being a housewife, and Kyle had paid it in full. As the seasons passed, the wounds deepened. Kim stepped away from the show, their relationship frayed beyond repair. For a while, there was hope. Glimpses of sisterly love at family gatherings, forced smiles for the cameras, but the damage was done. The show had become bigger than them. It wasn't just about Kyle and Kim anymore. It was about the fans, the ratings, the never-ending cycle of drama that Bravo thrived on. And then came Kathy. When Kathy Hilton finally joined RHOBH, Kyle hoped it would be different. She wanted a fresh start, a chance to show the world that the Richards sisters had survived the storm. But reality television had other plans. By the time season 12 aired, the headlines told the story before she even could. Kyle and Kathy at war. The alleged Aspen meltdown, Lisa Rinna's claims about Kathy's outburst, the tears at the reunion. Kyle was drowning in the chaos once again. Kyle bled for the show. She bled for the moment Kathy stormed out of the reunion, leaving her in tears, alone on that couch as the cameras zoomed in on her trembling hands. She bled for the nights she spent replaying conversations in her head, wondering where it all went wrong. She bled for the pain of trying to be a Richards sister on a stage where there was no place to hide. But even as the wounds festered, Kyle kept going. She built her own brand, her own identity beyond the drama. She transformed from the peacemaker to the powerhouse, a woman who could hold her own in any fight. Whether it was against Lisa Vanderpump, Camille Grammer, or a long-standing family feud. She became the face of RHOBH, the one constant in a revolving door of diamond holders. Still, the price she paid weighed heavily on her. The moments of triumph, her acting comeback, her business successes, her family milestones, were often overshadowed by the fractures within her own bloodline. And no matter how many seasons passed, she knew that the question would always linger. Was it worth it? Perhaps the real tragedy was that Kyle didn't even have the answer anymore. She had bled for the show, but she didn't know if she had anything left to give. Yet as the cameras rolled for another season, she took a deep breath and did what she had always done. She showed up, ready to fight, ready to survive, ready to bleed if she had to. But even as the wounds festered, Kyle kept going. She built her own brand, her own identity beyond the drama. She transformed from the peacemaker to the powerhouse, a woman who could hold her own in any fight. Whether it was against Lisa Vanderpump, Camille Grammer, or a long-standing family feud. She became the face of RHOBH, the one constant in a revolving door of diamond holders. Still, the price she paid weighed heavily on her. The moments of triumph, her acting comeback, her business successes, her family milestones, were often overshadowed by the fractures within her own bloodline. And no matter how many seasons passed, she knew that the question would always linger. Was it worth it? Perhaps the real tragedy was that Kyle didn't even have the answer anymore. She had bled for the show, but she didn't know if she had anything left to give. Yet as the cameras rolled for another season, she took a deep breath and did what she had always done. She showed up, ready to fight, ready to survive, ready to bleed if she had to.